What is up, guys? Johnny01 here with another FIFA 17 tutorial. This was going to be telling you guys how to win those penalty shootouts, how to win them by defending penalties, how to stop penalties from going in so you can win in those penalty shootouts. What are the secrets to really making sure you improve your chances of actually stopping those penalties? As always, though, make sure to check out all my previous tutorials if you have not done so already. Got tutorials to everything in FIFA 17, including attacking, defending, passing, you name it. I got it. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out any future ones. Alright, so I'm going to start this tutorial off by talking about power. A lot of people do not realize this, but you guys got to understand that you can actually see the amount of power your opponent is going to be putting on the penalty shot prior to him taking the penalty. Look at the bottom right where I have a red circle. That tells you how much power he is going to put on his penalty. A lot of the times, it could be a little bit later on after he's running a bit, but eventually before he takes the shot, you will see how much power he applies to it. Now, if it is less than 2 bars of power, that's what I call a slow penalty shot. What does that mean? That means you have time to react for the most part, especially if it's like a 1 bar power, you really have a lot of time to react to the shot. So it allows you to actually see where the shot is going and then figure out a way either to dive or to move towards that direction. But you have a bit of time to react to it, especially if you have quick reflexes. So if it's below 2 bars of power, you don't have to anticipate, because a lot of times if it's a really fast penalty, you have to anticipate before he even takes the penalty which way you're going to dive, because if you do not, it's not going to get there in time. He's not going to get there in time and stop the shot. So here you're seeing another example once again. 1.5 bars of power, not too fast. I have time to react to it. I have time to see where he's going to actually take the shot. You don't have much time. It's still very difficult. That's why defending penalties, you're never going to probably defend more than 50% of your penalties. But you do have some time there to see where the ball's going. And then if you have quick reflexes, you can quickly move your right analog stick if you want to dive, or just move your left analog stick if you want to stay standing up. He's not going to push it too far to the left. Keep in mind, even though it is low power, that does not mean the ball can't get to the corner. Keep that in mind, guys. Very, very important. And then here in this final example, I'm showing you me taking a penalty, and this is a power penalty. This is above 2 bars of power. And this, as you're going to see here, he has absolutely no time to react. If he waits till I actually take the shot for him to realize which way I'm actually going to take the penalty, there is absolutely no way, unless if he has super, super good reflexes, for him to wait for it, see where the ball's going, and then dive. More often than not, the ball's already going to be past him by the time he reacts, and it will be an easy goal. So let's go more in detail on these power penalties, these penalties that have above 2 bars of power. What do I recommend? As you see here, usually what people try to do, especially in penalty shootouts, when your player's a little bit more tired and you need to be more precise, because you definitely don't want to completely miss the goal. Because if you put too much power or move the left analog stick too much to one side, trying to get it to the top corner, it's a very high probability that you completely miss the goal. And it's much better that you at least take a shot on goal and hope that the goalkeeper can't stop it. So most people are going to try to shoot it into that red zone that you're seeing on the screen. So what I recommend, more often than not, don't dive. If it's more than 2 bars of power, don't dive. Stay standing up. Just move your left analog stick to the left or to the right as far as you can go, but don't dive. It is not worth it. This is also very true when you're playing in a regular game and he gets a penalty, not a penalty shootout, just a regular penalty in the game. Try not to dive. More often than not, they're going to try to get into that red zone, so it's not even worth diving, because even if you do dive and stop a goal, a lot of the times it's going to be able to get a rebound goal, and it's just not worth it. It's better just to stay standing up, make sure he catches the ball, and make sure you get the ball for the counterattack. And then here's his final penalty in this penalty shootout I'm showing you guys. Puts a little amount of power, a perfect amount of time to react. Don't even dive. Move a little bit to the left, and I'm able to stop it. Of course, you don't have much time to react, but you still have a bit of time. Alright, guys, one last tip that I want to tell you guys, very important, is that most people have a go-to tactic. If you've seen my penalty kick tutorial where I actually talk about how to score penalties, I talk about 2 examples of really good penalty shots. But most people usually have just 1 penalty tactic, or maybe even 2, but they stick to it. So if you're in a penalty shootout, look at his first penalty and see where he takes it. Because more often than not, most players are not unpredictable like they should be, and they just stick to their one penalty shot that they think is the best. And if they take it to the far corner and you realize you're not going to be able to get to it standing up, then dive. Then be ready to dive in your shots. Or if you see that he takes it with little power, but he just takes it all the way to the corner and you just don't have time, then you can dive. But look at what his first penalty kick thing is, because more often than not, they are not going to switch it up. They're going to do the same type of tactic either to the right or to the left. They'll switch sides, but they'll still do it to the top corner or to the bottom corner or straight to the middle. So keep that in mind. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. I hope it helped you guys a bit. Help you guys win some penalty shootouts. As you guys can see here, click on one of these boxes. Check out some of my other series, including the rest of my tutorials, my top 5 videos of my top 5 skill moves, my ultimate team videos, and my formation guides. And of course, click in the middle to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future tutorials or tip videos. Thank you guys so much.